Hi there, let's take a look at another Macbeth topic within the context part of the course. And this topic is politics and monarchy, starting with political unrest. So Shakespeare wrote Macbeth around 1606, which is at the beginning of the reign of James I, who was also James VI of Scotland. Quick look at James's heritage. So James was the son of Mary Queen of Scots, who was a Catholic, but Elizabeth I and James himself was Protestant. Catholic and Protestant reactions. Many Protestants did not trust him because of his Catholic heritage, and many Catholics thought he would not support them. When they realised that James I did not support them, some Catholics began to develop conspiracy theories, such as the Gunpowder Plot. The Gunpowder Plot was a failed attempt to assassinate James I by blowing up the House of Lords with gunpowder. The plots of the Gunpowder Plot were caught and tortured. The plots against the king had failed. So rather than this wasn't really a conspiracy theory, it was more of a conspiracy against the king. So Macbeth, to some degree, is a tale of caution. It acts as a warning about what could happen to people who committed treason, which is a crime against the king. Which Christians from different denominations are being described? So many did not trust James because of his heritage. This would be Protestants because James' heritage was Catholic, and so many Catholics thought that James would support them. When they realised he didn't, they began to develop conspiracy theories, such as the When Catholics realised James didn't support them, they started to develop conspiracies. Let's look at the divine right of kings. So in the 17th century, people believed in the divine right of kings. People believed that kings were appointed by and only answerable to God. They answered to a higher power and could not be governed by anyone on earth. Therefore, any attempt to remove monarchs from the throne was sacrilegious, which is a crime against God and Christianity. What's this relevance to the play? So in Macbeth, King Duncan is chosen by God as the King of Scotland. However, as the witch tell Macbeth he is fated to be king, he plots with Lady Macbeth to plan Duncan's murder. Macbeth murders King Duncan and takes the throne, going against the will of God and the divine right of kings. Macbeth is not chosen by God to be king, and therefore disrupts the natural order and suffers horribly for it. He feels a strong sense of guilt, hallucinates, loses his wife, and then loses his own life and the throne. Macbeth's loss of the throne after losing his wife helps to restore the natural order as the next appointed king ascends the throne, who is Malcolm, King Duncan's son. Therefore, an early modern audience would see Macbeth committing an early sin, which he had paid dearly for. After losing his life, he'd like to go to hell, a horrific consequence for a contemporary reader. So let's have a look at the order of events that show how Macbeth goes against the divine right of kings. Firstly, King Duncan has been chosen by God as the King of Scotland. But after the witches tell Macbeth that he is fated to be king, he plots with Lady Macbeth to plan Duncan's murder. Macbeth murders King Duncan and then takes the throne, going against the will of God and the divine right of kings. Macbeth was not chosen to be by God to be king, and therefore disrupts the natural order and suffers horribly for it. He feels a strong sense of guilt, hallucinates, loses his wife, and then loses his own life and the throne. Macbeth's loss of the throne after losing his own life helps to restore the natural order as the next God-appointed king ascends to the throne, which is Malcolm, King Duncan's son. Let's just have a quick recap of what the divine right of kings actually is. People believe that kings were appointed by and only answerable to God. Kings answered to a higher power and could not be governed by anyone on earth. Any attempt to remove monarchs from the throne was sacrilegious, which is a crime against God and humanity. Let's take a little look at pleasing the king. James I became King of England in 1603. Shakespeare soon published Macbeth, possibly in an attempt to please the new king. Let's look at the setting. James I was also James VI of Scotland for much of his reign, and for much of his reign he ruled in both England and Scotland at the same time. Macbeth was set in Scotland, written about a Scottish king. Presentation of the role of the witches. James I hated witchcraft and felt it was evil and went against God. In Macbeth, The witches caused the ultimate downfall of the Scottish king as they encouraged Macbeth to seek power for himself. The witches are seen as dark, evil characters who only cause bad things to happen. They destroy life and the order of things, such as the divine right of kings. Triumph of the monarchy. In Macbeth, Shakespeare appeals to the first with the resolution of the play. The resolution is also known as the ending of the play. He shows that, despite the evil witchcraft which has caused pain and suffering, the royal line ultimately takes control again when King Duncan's son Malcolm takes the throne. Shakespeare shows that the monarchy wins despite the devil in the form of witches attempting to disrupt the natural order. So let's just quickly recap that. What are the different ways that Shakespeare appeals to King James's interests? Firstly, presentation and the role of the witches. James I hated these figures, felt they were evil and went against God. And in Macbeth, these characters cause the ultimate downfall of the Scottish king, as they encourage Macbeth to seek his power for himself. Secondly, we have the setting. James I was also James VI of Scotland, and for much of his reign he ruled both England and Scotland at the same time. Macbeth is written about a Scottish king in Scotland. Finally, the triumph of the monarchy. The ending of the play shows that, despite the evil witchcraft which has caused pain and suffering, the royal line ultimately takes control again, and King Duncan's son Malcolm takes the throne. Another quick question. In what year did James I become the King of England? Was it 1603, 1600, 1601, or 1606? The correct answer is 1603. 1606 was around the time that Macbeth the play was written. Now, which of these facts are true about Macbeth? Was it written by C.S. Lewis or Shakespeare? Well, that's pretty obvious that it was written by Shakespeare. Was it about a tale of good leadership or warning people about what could happen to people who committed treason? The correct answer is, of course, not a tale of good leadership. It's warning about what could happen to people who committed treason. And it was written in 1606. In what ways does Macbeth suffer for going against the divine right of kings? Firstly, he feels a strong sense of guilt. He hallucinates, he loses his wife, and loses his own life, and loses the throne finally. In what year did Shakespeare write Macbeth? Was it 1066, 1506, 1603, or 1606? Well, it happened in the 1600s. 1603 was when King James I became the King of England, and 1606 was when Shakespeare wrote Macbeth, around about the time. Let's just do a quick recap of the presentation of the witches in Macbeth. Do they cause the ultimate downfall of the Scottish king or the English king? Well, the play set in Scotland, and it's a Scottish king. Are they wise voices of reason when Macbeth goes astray, or are they seen as dark and evil characters who only cause bad things to happen? They are seen as dark and evil characters who only cause bad things to happen. Are they ultimately defeated by the monarchy, or do they ultimately defeat the monarchy? Well, at the end, the natural order of succession is restored, and they are ultimately defeated by the monarchy. And do they help restore the natural order of things after Macbeth disrupts it, or do they destroy life and the natural order of things? And the correct answer is they destroy life and the natural order of things.